Hi guys, and welcome to another video of mine. I will be talking about the expectations or my assumptions for when I started becoming a software engineer, and some assumptions that I still had, and they were and the real what they turned out to be like their realities. So the first assumption that I had was that you need to know how to code. I've spoken about my journey into software engineering and how I became a professional one, but the gist is that I didn't really know how to code, and because in varsity I would be doing the BA kind of tasks in my group, and there will be somebody coding. So I really wasn't that strong, but I knew the theory behind it and the styles and patterns, but I did not know, which brings to my second assumption that I was like, I'll tie it back into the reality of it, but my second assumption was that the projects will be greenfield. I don't know how I thought about that, but I always often thought that perhaps like when you see an app, obviously a banking app, you think that the development is done on that, so you will be going into the bank and you don't know what you're gonna be working on. Are you working on a new ATM or something like that? But the reality is, you hardly work on a greenfield project. A greenfield project, for those of you who don't know, is like a brand new project from like scratch. You usually just find applications already built and you just extend them and build a feature, which is cool because at least you can copy how it's done, how a button was written, and you do the same how a web service was done, a method, you will copy the same logic or something, so you can like literally copy your way throughout, and then only start figuring it out when you run into problems. So that's how I hacked my first year as a programmer. So that really helped, that there is no greenfield project and you don't really need to know how to code. You just need, it's like basically problem solving. If you are smart about solving problem, like you can code. And even like senior devs that I've came across, they also still use Google and all the other platforms that you can go to learn how to code and all of that. So that's cool. And then you've got also Udemy, where you can, if your employer is nice and generous and cares a lot about your learning, will have a license for you, so you can knock yourself out and learn from scratch. But that's the reality of working as a software engineer. You don't build it, you hardly build, and when you do build, which brings me to another assumption of mine, that you have to build on your own. You do work in teams, and I think the culture is toxic of schooling in general, where we all competing for marks, competing to be a golden key student, competing to win. But in reality, in the workplace, we all have each other's back. So me as a developer, I have my manager, my tech lead has to have my back. I need to have the business's back. Even the cleaning lady has to have our back. So all our livelihoods are dependent on one another. So we need to help each other out. So all the tech teams I've ever worked in, there's no like withholding of knowledge. Everybody is just so supportive in helping you, because you can't, like, the strength of a team is as strong as its weakest teammate kind of mindset. So everybody, and you should also help other devs. That's the nice thing about being an engineer, because and also building with Microsoft, because everybody is so open to helping each other and sharing knowledge and just also encouraging each other. There's no like, oh no, you don't know how to do that, you're so dumb, I don't know how you got this job kind of vibe. So it's really a nice career to go into, because fellow engineers know the difficulties and the cries and the sweat. Do you sweat? Yo, that means there's something wrong with your computer's overheating. I'm sorry, I just wanted to finish off that thought. But yes, so everybody understands the struggles of being a dev, and if you could help somebody or show them where they're going wrong, they will intern next time, they will help you, or everybody just helps each other. So that's the nice thing about being an engineer, that the community is so helpful. Unlike in varsity, that is weird in varsity, that nobody wants to help you, but they have like amazing projects at the end and your project is sloppy. So that is wrong. If you're a student watching this, you should help other students if you know, and also you must, I don't know, learn and help others or whatever. So I'm so glad that I'm working now, because teamwork is makes the dream work. And the last one, and I finally, not the last one of the last ones, I finally got a promotion. That's why I'm not so consistent anymore. Not a promotion, but I got moved from my team. And my team was kind of boring me. The work was boring me. So I got moved, and I didn't really apply. I didn't have to apply for a role, which is like so crazy. So I think the more you work, when you work hard, this is my thing. When you work hard, people do recognize, not like work hard, like wake up at 5 a.m., but do you have input? Do you have design thoughts? Do you have thoughts? Do you have dreams? Do you have opinions? Do challenge. And it does come out, and you should try by your own. No code is perfect, and we're all artists, but you should try your best, and you must be proud of your work, and so that when you demo. So I got into that whole thing of doing my certificates, so I know best practice and industry standards, and it also gives you like confidence to speak up, because you know this. So the confidence comes from knowing. So I would speak up and demo and put my hand up, do knowledge sharing sessions and all of that. And then now I got moved out without even applying for a job, which is great because I suck at interviews. But anyway, but this is something that like totally blew my mind, because I often thought that when you want to change teams, especially in a company, you need to apply and all of that. But sometimes people recognize and say, oh no, we need that one in this team, we would do with her expertise and all of that. So what I'm trying to say is, no good deed goes unseen. So you might not be getting your recognition, it might look like it, but people do know, and you must keep burning that fire and being your own evangelist for your own work and taking pride in it. So yeah, I've got a new role. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so that all my those were my assumptions and what they turned out to be. And I had something in my notes, and it's gonna take time for me to open my notes. Oh, I think the other point that I had here, give me a second. Oh, the processes. Oh, this is a good one. So I've this is my third company that I'm in, and you think processes are standard across tech, like how you version stuff, how your peer reviews are done, because you think, oh no, everybody's knows agile. Oh, I need to make a video on the bastardization of agile. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you think processes are the same throughout, but they're not. Like, and even within companies, like teams work differently. So that's something that sometimes if you, at your like things are working in your dev team, so I think teams are different, and that's why the processes will never be the same, because the projects are not the same. So you can't force fit agile methodology onto a team. At some point we were doing agile like sprints, running sprints and deploying. After that, like delayed the project, and then a call was made to just go Kanban, and the Kanban worked because you just take something from this side of the board, you drag it out, take the next go, without this whole sprint thing. Story for another day. I'll talk about it in another video. Anyway, that's all I have to say on my assumptions and the realities that that happen. Does that make sense? But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. And the realities that I faced. It's been a good career, and yeah, and it's been a good career, and yeah, thanks for watching and getting to this part of the video. And I'm currently learning how to boost my confidence and speak. So I might be spamming this page, so I'll be treating it like a diary session. So if you don't like the videos, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see and speak up and be confident. So thanks for watching, and see you later, alligator.